Welcome back, viewers. You're watching The Savera and I'm Shefali. The International Monetary Fund (IMF) is expected to conduct Pakistan's next funding review in the second half of 2025 as it continues talks with the country's authorities to finalize the terms of the 2026 fiscal year budget. Now, citing an official IMF statement, the fund's primary focus remains anchoring inflation within the State Bank of Pakistan's medium-term target range of 5 to 7%. The IMF staff, who recently concluded a visit to Pakistan, emphasized the need to maintain tight monetary policy to keep inflation in check. Now, during the discussions, Pakistani officials reaffirmed their commitment to fiscal consolidation and are targeting a primary surplus of 1.6% of GDP for financial year 2026. Meanwhile, India responded to the situation on Friday, expressing appreciation for the 11 additional conditions imposed by IMF on Pakistan, while making it clear that if it does not impose financial aid meant for legitimate development purposes. However, Indian officials raised concerns about the timing of the recent bailout, suggesting that the funding could be indirectly supporting Pakistan's growing defense expenditure. In a statement, it said, "We welcome the additional conditions imposed by the IMF, but remain cautious about the timing of the bailout, which may have unintended implications." The Indian government told this to media. The IMF staff report released warned that ongoing tensions between India and Pakistan could pose increased risk to the fiscal, external and reform objectives of the program, noting that the overall risk to the bailout plan had grown. According to a media report, the IMF has outlined 7 new conditions for the release of Pakistan's next bailout tranche, aimed at stabilizing its struggling economy. A key requirement is the approval of 17.6 trillion rupee budget for financial year 25-26 in line with IMF targets. Other major conditions include the implementations of new agriculture income tax laws covering return filing systems, taxpayer registration, public awareness efforts and compliance measures, all due by June 2025. Additionally, Pakistan must publish a governance action plan based on IMF's governance diagnostic assessment and formulate a long-term financial sector strategy detailing institutional and regulatory goals through 2028. These conditions come after the IMF's May 9 review at $1 billion tranche under the Extended Fund Facility and the proposed $1.3 billion under the Resilience and Sustainable Facility. So far, $2 billion have been disbursed under the broader $7 billion program. That's all for now on this update. Stay tuned to The Savera. Download the app, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and YouTube.